All right, let's do this. Are we on the clock yet? No. Last pre-NFL draft, fantasy football draft. We were not trying to join it right now, but decently enough, we're in it. So we don't need the computer. Let's get out of here. Oh, yeah, a little chaotic. Like I said, this was unexpected. That's why it's Destiny. We are up next. And let's get to the top of the board. Get focused here. Beautiful. Pick 11. We know our leader. It's Amon-Ra. He should be being picked. I think we have him at pick 6 or pick 7 maybe. I think we might have put CD over him, even though we've been drafting him over CD. So, like, let's do this, bro. So I was just deep in fantasy. That's how I got dragged into this this draft here. And at our next pick, D-Hen goes. They don't want to keep giving it to us. So we're between a couple things right now. What we always do at this pick, Amon-Ra and D-Hen, or Brock Bowers. We could take CMC. Realistically, I don't even like that offense right now. We'll get CMC at early picks. Let's do Brock. We got him as our tight end 1. We kind of know this is how we like to build a lot of teams this year. Amon-Ra, Brock Bowers. The only tight end that we know, guarantee, except this is where I got to stop being a little botted because we know George Kittle always finishes as a top 5 tight end. Now, this might be the worst fantasy season that they're actually going to have, So, we'll see. Just in terms of, like, I really don't expect too much greatness out of San Fran this year. So, George Kittle has always finished as a top 5 tight end, but last best ball draft before the NFL draft. This will be our collection of 10. We had 10 pre-draft drafts, and then we should really get into some content. Once we got the season starting, finally y'all's fantasy minds going. Ooh, let's do this thing, bro. Oh, I could still be being OD recording the audio. Loki, let's get y'all better audio for the rest of the video. Ooh, I like what he's doing. Jamar Chase, Josh Jacobs, James Cook. Being smart. Saquon Barkley, Bucky, you're in the same spot. Who you going to take here, though? Because you know I'm not as big of a fan. JSN. Yo, what is JSN finishing as receiver this year? Yo, let me get y'all the audio.
To the draft. What did JSN finish? And who is their quarterback? Andy Darnold. Finishes wide receiver 9. You actually don't want to say you expect him to finish above that. First year he's breaking out. Now he'll be targeted as the wide receiver 1 instead of it being what was DK. Now Cup falls into the wide receiver 2 role. Takes us right back to what we were talking about that got us in here. Building what we'll show y'all probably in this draft, decently enough, ends up the Mahomes, Bo Nix, maybe not the 2 of them because they're too early, but with Jalen with Milrow. And that's what got us in here because we wanted to find the ADP to see if now was the value, Milrow being one of your last round picks. And so it is. If he falls to the good situation, his best ball ADP will shoot up versus just taking your shot. Like I said, we got 10 teams that are before the NFL draft. So after the draft, we'll be able to see, all right, are there any holes? Once we find out bye weeks, are there any holes in this team? Is he going to play every week, barring what we know right now from injuries or suspensions? And we're on the clock. We're not going to take Josh Allen, even though you always can. Oh, why are we conch clicking Xavier Worthy? Let's start here with Rashee Rice. Wide receiver 2, expect the 6-week suspension. We should probably pick ourselves an RB here. Yeah, not worried about it. We're going to have a RB room. We already got our QB room in mind. Normally I'd be, whoa, bro, Joe Burrow's ADP's finally moving up to where it's supposed to be. But how do you expect Jalen Hurts after the Super Bowl season to finish above Joe Burrow in fantasy? Burrow is a top 3 fantasy QB. Hurts is a top 8 fantasy QB. All right, Marv goes. Yeah, Josh Allen's going to be staring us in the face. So, decently enough, he goes. Jaden Daniels down here. We could fuck around and do the worthy thing. Or we could take Zay. You know what, bro? This is that Chief offense stack. Crazy. For those who pay attention to mainly the Instagram's Fantasy Destined, our mock draft Mondays, our last one just showed a team with Mahomes, Worthy, and Rashi. That team also had G. Will, and then the RBs were Gibbs, Dehen. So, that's a little different than what we got going here. But this is best ball. Amon-Ra, Rashi, Worthy, Brock Bowers. Watch how we'll fill in this team. Dude, this is fire. We haven't even finished off the year one recap. We got to make the financial overview of Fantasy Destined of year one. We'll figure out how we want to say that. And then I don't know if there was anything else for year one. That might be all we got to officially do. And then we can know what our year one profits were and make the game plans for this year two. Right now, we're just already, these are the seed plant pre-NFL draft. Like, yeah, we haven't wrapped up year one yet, and we're already in year two. Let's do this. All right, let's look at this draft real quick. Going through round one, the top 5 picks are as we have mocked. Then you see Malik Neighbors and Ashton Genty. Don't do it. Like, Malik is okay. But do we really need him at pick 7? Take guys on good teams. Of course, you can have Malik. But I want Amon-Ra. Genty, year one, we put him as a Fade Friday. BT, we put him as a Fade Friday. Finally, there goes Zay. Oh, yeah, Nico Collins, too. Like, Nico Collins and Rashi, they're going to carry just like last year. The two who were carrying for those who paid attention to fantasy. And it'll be wiped from everyone who didn't pay attention's minds. Yeah, we got so many great videos coming for y'all this year. Like, we're winning all the money in fantasy. It's all ours. 10 picks away here. Obviously, if Burrow falls. But realistically, we are looking at Kenneth Walker. Y'all got to tell me our thoughts on Alvin Kamara this year. Is he just getting too old? What's their situation? Is he going to keep doing this shit? This is what I need to hear from y'all. We probably won't take him in this draft. Whoa, Travis Hunter is being taken at 69.5 ADP. Pick your over-under on that. I'm taking him over that. I will not take him there. There goes Joe Burr. People being smart. Yeah, we'll get Mahomie down there. Mahomie and like a Caleb Johnson. Dude, should I do the RB build? Should I do the rookie RB build? I don't want to really take Travion Henderson. But he could explode if he doesn't get hurt. I don't really want to take Quinshon Judkins. But he could explode in the right situation. I actually more so almost want to take Caleb Johnson, but don't. But you got all 3 of them? I bet you're getting some points. You might have been missing out on points elsewhere. So, we'll see what happens, decently enough. Oh yeah, and we got caught off guard on the draft. First 5 picks are as seen. First round finishes out. D-Hen's got to be going earlier than he is. Everything's as follows. Take Ladd over Drake London. Take Bucky and Josh Jacobs over Jonathan Taylor. And that's the second round. Whoa, Lamar? Okay. There goes Travion Henderson. Thank you. All right, let's have some destiny fall into our hands. All right. Here, our first pick is Kenneth Walker. And then the next pick, I don't really want Chuba, even though we know he could score. I would rather take Kamara, even though I'm not like a huge fan of it. David Montgomery, we don't need. We'll have players who outscore. James Conner getting older. Najee, no. Quidshon Judkins, we could reach on. Our next pick is 83. So anyone before that ADP is... All right, we're going to hope for one of Quidshon or Caleb Johnson. We're going to take... Yeah, come on. I went back and forth. Realistically, I probably... No. I could have... Another parallel, I could have reached on Quidshon Judkins. Hoping at that next pick, Caleb Johnson fell about 3 to make it there. But dude, like, you know what we can build. I got no problem with Jaylen Warren. I think he's going to be one of the best value. That's what I'm saying. I got to put Jaylen Warren on a sale Sunday. We're getting our guys, bro. We're getting Scatterbo. We'll maybe take Charbonnet for K9. I don't know if he's played a whole season yet. Let's go check. Yeah, not yet. So Conch says his first full season's coming this year, but that doesn't mean you can't have sharp as shit there to back him up in case Conch needs to learn. But this is getting into the part of the draft. Oh, I forgot we needed Mahomes. That's probably who we were supposed to pick there. Alright, it's time to get serious. Gotta manifest Mahomes to full. 6 picks. 6 picks. Look at the teams. Ensure these teams have their quarterbacks. Alright, let's go through the third round here first. Up 12 picks away. We got time. James Cook, Reek. Don't take Chase Brown in the third round. Or I guess in best ball. It's different. You can. Ooh. G-Will really making it out here. Kyron. Leaves us Rashi and Worthy. Beauty. Yeah. Yeah, that's where we would have liked to take Mahomes. For sure. Kind of got sucked into the Kamara commotion that was on my mind, but doesn't matter. Now at the picks. Yeah. And how many of these teams have QBs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the 7 teams before me don't have their QB. And Mahomes is the next on the board. So we are creating that none of them think he's their guy. And all these guys want to get their tight ends right now and get their guys. We need to make Mahomes full 6 picks from ADP. We're up in 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's such a lie. We're up in 7. is like up in 6 after the guy on the clock. All right, I forgot. Oh, there goes Josh Downs. Like, you could take Josh Downs over Kamara. Just different, you know. All right, here we go. Up in 5, so up in 6. This guy takes Baker. Again, we are creating that these guys do not see Mahomes as the guy this year. That way Mahomes goes to the Chiefs super stack. All right, bear with us. Y'all don't get to see this. All for the suspense. Up in 3. 2 guys picking before us. Mahomes is the next guy on top. You get to see the board. Yeah, I guess I'm not going to go with a camera anymore. All right, we're about to figure this out. Up next, Caleb Johnson goes. Definitely enough, we got Kamara over him because we had to create that Mahomes was falling 6 picks. That's why we did what we did. ADP game worse in our favor there. And now I can kind of do whatever the fuck I want. Cooper Kupp or Jalen Warren. I'm taking one of them. And I mean, in this same fucking mock that I was like, if I could build a team like this, now here's the difference. That one had Gibbs, DN, but didn't have Amon-Ra, had G Will. So like, we could bring Cooper Kupp into the squad, or we could do what we said we'd like and have Jalen Warren. But right now, we need to have some opportunities for receivers because we're saying Rashi's out 6 weeks. We just got deep in talk on Cooper Kupp and what could be back out there for him. Okay, 8th round, different than 10th. Either way, him now being the wide receiver 2, you all heard us tap on it earlier in the draft. Let's just see what happens, bro. Like, how many cornerback 2s can really keep up with Cooper Kupp a year after the ankle injury that we knew would limit him on one whole side of the field? Let's go. And then 15 picks to make Jalen Warren fall. I mean, shit, I guess I'm creating that right now too. But that'd be a little OP. He is next on the board. And we are 14 picks away. So actually 15. Yeah, he goes next. So, let's look 2 rounds ahead. That pick is 110. Oh, wait. It's really 131. Anyone before ADP 131 is really at play for who we pick here. So let's scroll down to 131. And pick out the names we want to bring into the team. Jaden Higgins. DeAndre Swift. B-Rob. So Jordan Mason's okay. Yeah, Aaron Jones could definitely actually get hurt this year, and Mason could produce again. I'm not doing that, though. Rashid. Charbonnet Scatterbo. Jay Fieldis. Kels. Goff. And captain. This is inverse order. But let's make our actual order. What's our team? Alright. Let's keep doing the flexes. You know, if we got to get a quarterback in here now, it's fine. We're taking Milrow late. QB3. So leader. No, Higgins. I mean, we could take Higgins as our second. I mean, it doesn't matter. Who puts up the most points this year in fantasy? Low key, Captain Kirk. All right, perfect. The QBs get taken off the board. Probably next. Whoa. Okay. Scatterbo, that'd be an interesting route to go. I don't know if that's what we need. I like Captain Kirk and Higgins, but we could create that we get Higgins at 131 if it's Destiny. If we wanted to take our Captain Kirk and Swift or B-Rob. Swift, B-Rob. Okay, there goes Sharp. Swift, B-Rob, or Scatterbo. Alright, so we know what we'll do here at the first pick. It'll be Captain Kirk. But let's decide. Ooh, and Rashid. I forgot. Like, he will really just explode. But Captain Kirk here. And 2 picks from now, we get Destiny between DeAndre Swift, Brian Robinson, or Scatterbo. What do we feel here? The player who off rip gives us the most points. It's gotta be B-Rob. Gotta move fast as my phone is buzzing. Swift. B-Rob hasn't finished as a top 20 RB, and Swift hasn't finished over a top 20 RB once. So that's what we go with. Ben Johnson offense. Expect the elevation. And this is what we're working with. Patrick Mahomes tied to Rashi Worthy. K9 Kamara Swift's RB room. Amon-Ra, Chiefs, Kupp, and Kirk, with Brock Bowers holding down the tight ends. We'll probably stop the recording after the next few picks and just show you what we do. But for now, let's keep seeing it move. And our next ADP number to pick within is 155. So names like Javonte Williams, Tua, Dylan Sampson, Penix, likely. And that's it. If some high ADP value fallers make it, sure, we'll consider. Oh, but I forgot. The first pick we probably created is Jaden Higgins. Like, we don't need him, but realistically, he's probably our destiny. Which means our next pick, if somebody like Keon made it, would be great, but it's probably going to be likely or Dylan Sampson. We'll see as we're actually up there. 131, 134. Those are our picks. See, I would love either Penix or Tua, which is why I'll probably wait and get one of them to fall to 155 as destiny. Dude, this is a crazy Destined draft, because even if I don't get them, I get Gino. This shit's OP, bro. Take Cole Kmet late. You already know. You already know what we coming on for this year's fantasy season, bro. Like, we did not win 7K in the first year. It's time to win over 10K this year. 5 picks away. Perfectly aligned with Jaden Higgins. These 4 guys in front of us. Have to see what they're looking for. That's outside of Jaden Higgins. If they see Higgins, cool. We get likely Penix. Yeah, we're set here. Peeping the squad. Yeah, bring in the receivers. And y'all know we got late round fucking gems that nobody will tell you about. There goes Penix. Good pick. But we still got CJ Stroud on the board. This is the type of shit, like, y'all were drafting CJ Stroud as QB fucking 3 last year, when I was saying he'll finish QB 12 and Joe Burrow will finish QB 3. And look how it flips. There goes likely, as created, Jaden Higgins. 2 picks later, we like guys like CJ Stroud. But we don't need to take him. But actually, all right, y'all tell us who finishes higher in this fantasy season. CJ Stroud or Tua Tagovailoa? Considering we rocking with captain, let's stack him. Yeah. This guy not even here no more. Take your auto Dak, bro. Oh, CJ Stroud now ranked as QB 18. What did he finish as last year? $18 and 11. And that's why once he was 11, I was like, why are y'all taking him as QB3? But he'll work as our... this is the thing. It's actually not who finishes higher. It's who plays more for us. CJ Stroud or Tua. We're still stacking with Stroud. But Tua could have more explosion games. You know how that be. We're going to take Tua off the board for us now and keep on going. Javonte. We're just going to go through and only star the guys we want on our team. And we'll only pick from our queue from the rest of our picks. Oh, yeah, we don't need Geno now. Nice. Y'all know who we're going to actually have as another late RB before he signs to a team, wherever he is. Nick Chubb. Alec Pierce could be a player who just pushes you through a season for real, make the playoffs. Highest percentage on player so far, Pop Douglas. Dude, Shedeur, too. You can have Shedeur. Oh, my gosh. That might just be what everyone's thinking about Milroe, and it's Shedeur. And so, like, we might just take Shedeur on this team. Also, bro, you could really talk your shit and rock 4 quarterbacks, Shedeur and Milroe. So we'll see. We will see. Probably only need 2 tight ends. I guess Cole Kmet. Never draft Jackson Dart. Jackson Dookie. There's Milroe. There's Chubb. Yeah, we don't necessarily need Theo Johnson right now. X. That's just interesting. Speedy Naylor. This is where we get into, like, we're taking any of our guys out here late. Turpin. Guys who will play. McLaughlin. Right, we're on the clock. Definitely enough taking and Devin Neal. I mean, I like him in college. It's a pre-draft draft, so let's see some value, and it ends up a good pick. Do I want Dontavian Wicks? Do I want Jalen? No, not even really. My next pick is 179. I'm taking Cole Kmet for sure. Bam. Keep it building. Keep it building. Fish Holy. Fish Holy. Alright, we could really wrap it up here. This is the list of the rest of the players we're looking for. I gotta go hop in the shower, go to class, stop drafting. So we'll fill in the team. Y'all should see it here in just a sec. And yeah, man, the Destined season number 2 commences. Draft in 3 fucking days. Let's go. Follow Fantasy Destined. Stay fucking tuned, bro. And more than any of that, like, just beat all your league mates. If you want to win the most money in fantasy football, we got you.